Now we're joined by Jimmer Fredette, the Glens Falls standout. We've been following his career since the high school days and to BYU to the NBA to China, all over the place. Good friend of ours. Three-time member, by the way. I think it's 3 or it might be 4. Definitely 3-time member of the News Channel 13 All-Star basketball team. Good morning, Jimmer.
Hey, good morning. How are you guys doing?
Good, Jimmer. Was it 3 years or 4 years you were on our 13 All-Star team?
I think it was only 3 years.
All right,
think it was only 3 years.
Oh, man.
But,
you sold him short, Raj. You sold him short.
So let's just get right to the season you had in China. Off the charts good. You were like a god over there. What was it like playing in China? What is the culture like over there for basketball? And did you enjoy yourself?
I did. I had a great time. I didn't know exactly what to expect. Obviously going into a new situation, first time playing overseas in a new country. Didn't know exactly what to expect. So there was a little bit of nerves going over there. But I acclimated really quickly. Shanghai is a really great city. It's very similar to any other big city in the world. There's 33 million people there, and has a lot of great places to shop and eat, and a lot of great things to do. And the guys on the team were great. So I had a great, easy transition off the floor. And then once you got on the floor, basketball is basketball. They wanted me to go out there and play, be aggressive, play my game, and, score the basketball. So it fit into my hands really well. We had a great season. The people of China love the game of basketball. I think there's like 500 million NBA fans over in China. So, they love basketball, and they follow the CBA and love the game. So it was a really cool experience. Things took off for the team and myself, once they saw us start winning and do better than they have seen in recent years. So they were very excited about it, and, it worked out as well as I could have asked for.
How big of a star were you in China? I hear they would use it. You were like an instant celeb over there.
Yeah, definitely. Once they started seeing us, play in the games, they haven't seen a guy, necessarily like myself that comes out and shoots a lot of, deep threes off the dribble and kind of just, plays the game the way that I do, especially that they've had in Shanghai in a little while, but also the fact that we were winning. We beat some really good teams, some top teams in the league that we haven't beaten in 6-7 years in the beginning of the year. So people were like, wow, I think this team is for real, and wanted to come check us out. So all our games started to become sold out to come in, and obviously, with that comes a little bit of celebrity, a little bit of fame off the floor, and so it got pretty big, especially towards the end, and we'll see what happens in the future. But it was a really great experience to be over there.
How'd you deal with the language barrier there?
So we had 2 translators. We had one off the floor and then one on the floor. Most of my teammates actually spoke pretty decent English, which worked out really well for myself. I could communicate with almost all of my teammates. My head coach didn't speak much English, so we had a translator for him when he was speaking on the floor. And then the guy that actually ran our team is an American guy. And, he did all the practices, all the film sessions. So he, was able to speak, and I obviously understood him, but the Chinese guys had some trouble, so the translator had to translate into Chinese most of the time. So it worked out well for me because he was there and coaching, so that was pretty easy. But anything that I had to work about off the floor, I had an off-the-floor translator. I could call him, or he was with us. To help translate with different people. But in Shanghai, usually you're pretty fine. There's a lot of people that speak some sort of English, and then all the signs and everything are in English. So it's a lot easier to get around there.
Did you have a happy wife in Shanghai? Was she the whole family? The living conditions and all of that, was all that favorable for you?
So that was by far the hardest part. My living conditions were actually great. I had a great apartment in a really nice area. Really safe and secure, and then we had a lot of Western restaurants around us, a lot of great shopping malls. It was a great opportunity, a great area. The only problem is that Whitney wasn't over in China with me the whole time. She was pregnant, so she wasn't able to be over and fly back and forth. She had to be home. with her doctor's appointments, and ended up having the baby at the end of February. So it was very difficult to not have Whitney over there. But if she was over there, she came over at the very beginning for about 2 weeks, and she liked it. She thought it was a cool city. She would be okay with the arrangements. She made sure she gave me the okay about it. But it was difficult to be away from her for 3 months or over 3 months and not be able to see her. That was by far the hardest part.
Well, by the way, congrats, man. How is it being a dad?
It's been amazing. It's a life-changing experience, and little Wesley is doing great. She is continuing to grow and eat a lot, and she sleeps pretty well, but we're still a little bit tired. Obviously, we're in those stages where we're up at night and feeding her, and then trying to get as much sleep as we can at any time in the day. But she's been an amazing blessing, and having a great time.
That's awesome, and know your mom and dad and brothers are doing well. Are you in Utah right now, Jimmer?
I'm actually in Colorado.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm in my house in Colorado, and just trying to enjoy the off season a little bit.
Are you going back? Is that the plan?
I honestly don't know yet. I'm gonna wait and see what happens in free agency. So I think that we're in a really good position, both for in the NBA, and I think we have a great position in China as well. So I think that there's a lot of opportunity out there, and we're gonna look and see what is going to be the best opportunity for myself and for my family, and for basketball, and what situation is going to be the best, and figure it out from there. So. There's no done deal in any situation yet. We're just trying to see what's going to be out there, but it'll probably come out later on in the summer.
Jimmer, Brian Mariano in with Roger this morning, and we obviously wish you all the best here in free agency. But your season in China, you were actually named MVP of the CBA. In all of your accolades here in Glens Falls, playing with BYU, and then the NBA, where does that rank for you?
It's a big deal. It's a really big deal. Anytime that you can be an MVP of a league, especially throughout a whole season, is something that is really special. I've been able to do that a couple times with playing in college and having the National Player of the Year, and then being able to do it in the CBA and be the MVP of the CBA. So you have to have a really special year to be able to become an MVP in any type of league, and especially in a professional league anywhere. First time I've ever done it, and as a professional, so it's something that's really special. There's a lot of great players over in China, guys that have been in the NBA for years and years that are playing over there. All the imports are great, so there's a lot of great competition guys that are putting up great numbers every night and leading their team to wins. So it's definitely very special, and I think it opens a lot of people's eyes, because the MVP of any league is definitely something that is deserving of that. So I was very grateful to be able to have a great year. I couldn't have done it without the coaching staff and my teammates this year. They were amazing, and it was a whole collective team award, I believe. But I was grateful to be able to have it.
Jimmer, how in the heck, man, did you score 72 points?
Yeah, it was an unbelievable night. I mean, it was special. We were playing against a team that was pretty good. They were the 4th seed in the playoffs, and we played at their place. And it was a pretty important game at the end of the season. I just started feeling it early. I started seeing a lot of threes go down, a lot of floaters go down, and had a lot of points in the first quarter. And, they just kept feeding me the ball. And, it was fortunate that my shots were really going in that night, and it helped that it went into double overtime. But, the fact that I never thought I would get to a number like that, in a basketball game. It's really something that you look back on and just smile about and say, wow, that was a special night. And it was one of those things, the basket looked huge. The basket looked like the ocean. So it was a lot of fun, and something I can remember for the rest of my life.
Well, I hope somebody in the NBA was paying attention to that shooting performance and the year that you had, because, right? I mean, you hope that I'm sure somebody's paying attention, watching, scouts, whatever, teams. I mean, because your ultimate goal still, right, is to play in the NBA. Yeah,
I mean, I would love to, and I want to be able to succeed in wherever I play. But obviously the goal has always been to play in the NBA, and I know that I can, and I know I can be successful there. But at the same time, I want to be able to make sure that I'm going to be in a place that suits me and suits my family the best, wherever that may be. And maybe an opportunity will arise in the NBA. Maybe it'll be in China. Maybe it'll be somewhere else. So, I'm still looking forward to seeing that. But, yes, if I could be in the NBA and show people that I can do that and succeed, then obviously that's what I would love to do. And I know I have the skill set to do that. But a lot of people did pay attention this year. I know that for a fact. There are a lot of people that knew, what was going on and how I shot the ball really well. My percentages were great, and we were able to, score the basketball at a high level. So I know that people were watching, and people were very, very interested. So, it's an exciting time, and, it was an awesome year for myself and for our team.
And in the meantime, while you're doing all these great things in China, you're at your former high school, man. Joseph Girard III is lighting it up.
Yeah, he is. Yeah, he is. Yeah,
he kind of reminds me. He has a little you in him, man, with launching those deep threes.
Yeah, no, yeah. I mean, I worked out with him this summer, and was able to speak with him and talk with him, and you get to see his game a little bit. Obviously, I haven't been able to see him play much just because my season's always during his, and you can't watch it on TV or anything. But I was able to see him, and I obviously know that he's a great player. I'm so happy for him and for the Glens Falls team and for Coach Girard. They won the Section 2 sectionals this year, which was something that was special to have. And, I think they're going to continue to do that in years to come and, hopefully get to that state final and win it for us one of these years. But, he's a great kid. He works really hard. His father's a great guy. I know all of his family, obviously, and they're great, great people. I couldn't be more happy for him, and I hope that he continues to work, and I know he will, and I hope that all of his dreams and goals will be reached. And I'm here to help him as much as I can. I've been able to talk to him quite a bit on the phone and through text message throughout the season, and encourage him and continue to be on him to keep working hard and know that there's a lot of things out there that he can reach. And, so I'm super excited for him.
I'm sure he looks up to you, man, as a great mentor for Joseph Girard III. Hey, one more. A lot of controversy in the NBA about resting players, fans being upset they go to a game, star players not playing, not because he's injured, but because the coach is resting for reasons that they're trying to win a championship or they got a big game coming up and they're going to rest this guy. Where do you stand on, do you side with the players that they need the rest here, that they can't play every single game in the NBA? What's your take on that?
Obviously it's a difficult and really touchy subject. There's obviously been a lot of guys that have played all 82 games all the way through the season. It seems like it's more of a recent thing that they're actually resting guys, on a more regular basis. And I think a lot of it's because of the research that teams have done and seen, on back-to-backs, there's a lot more risk of an injury for players. And, the whole grind of the season it's real. I mean, it's very, very difficult to play all 82 games in an NBA year. I've been through that thing, and if you're not playing a ton of minutes, you're tired. You're really, really tired. So it's a difficult situation. Obviously, the coaches are going to do what they think is best for their team, I can't fault them for that. But at the same time, there's a lot of people that want to see these players, and if you're paying a premium to see these guys play, and they aren't able they aren't out there on a nightly basis, I can see where people would be upset about that. So it's really, really difficult. I don't know if they're going to be able to change it too much because ultimately the coaches are doing what they think is best for the team. But 82 games is a lot of games, and I know that guys play as much as they possibly can, and they play as hard as they possibly can every single night. So, we'll see what happens. But, I don't think it's anybody's fault. I just think it's a coach's decision.
Hey, Jimmer, always great catching up with you. Tell the family we said hello, and you're still a star in the Capital Region, man.
Thanks a lot, Roger. I appreciate you guys having me on. So we'll talk to you soon.
Yep. Congrats on the being the papa too, and enjoy.
Yeah,
thanks for a few minutes. That's Jimmer Fredette, who's in Colorado now and wrapping up what was just a great first year in China.